Hi people, how you all doing? My baby Mandy is saying hi to you. Okay guys, let's get straight to this video. In today's video, I am going to be telling you guys the story of how I got my summer internship, and I'll be sharing tips and advice for you and anyone interested in doing a summer internship. If you are an international student in the United States or anywhere in the world studying for your master's and or studying for your undergraduate degree and you like to get a summer internship, this is me just willingly sharing from my experience as usual, because I like to share information that can be helpful to you. If you've not subscribed, please just tell me in the comment section what you're waiting for and maybe I can help. But please subscribe to the channel. I think I want to put this on my lips, sorry. Okay guys, let's get started with this video. Applying for a summer internship is a lot of work. It is painstaking. I don't know if that English is correct, but you get the point. It's a lot of work. It requires a lot of time from you. It requires dedication from you, and that's because internships are like very useful experiences that you can add to your CV, and you can add to like your list of experiences basically. You get they're very important. They give you a chance to try a new path, a new career path, while even earning. So they give you like, internships give you an opportunity to acquire skills, to try new parts, to earn money, to meet people, you know, to grow your network. They're just a whole lot of benefits. And you know, as an international student, if you have experience in your home country, yay, that is great. But you also kind of need an experience. I don't want to really say need, I can say want, because some people don't have experiences and they still get it. So like they still get a job. You want to have an experience like in the country that you've moved to for your master's, right? So for me, I want to have like an experience working in the United States. So I definitely will want to apply for a summer internship. You get the gist, right? So I actually took my time and I decided that, okay, you know what, I think it would be very useful to want to get an internship. And one good thing about an internship is you can decide what field you want to go into. Like if you want an internship in education, in technology, in health, whatever industry, you can decide and go for it. Like literally go for it. Nobody's pushing you, nobody's telling you, anybody that tells you you cannot go for what you want is a lie. Also, like for me, I wanted to have an internship in technology, but in the technology industry here. But I was also open to other industries, and that's one thing I would like to say, that as an international student, if you're interested in getting a summer internship, don't restrict yourself to only one industry. Like be open to trying out other industries. While I was interested in tech, I was also open to trying other industries. So like I said, as an international student, you want the experience. So if you want it, you go for it. You want it, you get it, you know, that kind of thing. One thing I also realized during my own summer internship process, I will tell you guys the gist of how I got it though. I'm just giving you guys backstory. But one thing I realized is how competitive it is. You know, back in Nigeria, we used to think that getting a job is very competitive, which indeed it is, because for one job opening, lots of people are applying. So it's not just you. And that's one thing I realized here too, that when there's an internship slot open, like it's not just you. There are lots of people all over the world studying in America and studying anywhere you're doing your master's or your undergrad, and they're also looking for summer internships. So it's not just you that's only looking for summer internships. And one thing that I realized is, yes, it takes the grace of God, but it also requires you to put in the work. So you have to give it your best shot. That's like one thing I'm going to say. I realized for me, because of how like hectic it was having to juggle school, work and applications, I usually used to dedicate my nights, those times, to apply for summer internships. And one thing I did was tailor my CV to each, most roles. I don't want to say each roles because it can be draining. It is draining. Hey, it is draining and it can be draining. So you don't always want to like be tweaking your CV for all the roles, but you can try to tweak your CV for like most of the roles that you really think that, you know what, from the depth of my heart I want this one. So I usually like would take my evenings or my night time, and then I will like apply for these jobs, edit the CV and do all this kind of thing. And it was like hectic, but I did it, you know, I did it and it worked out. One thing I will always say is, if you want something and you put in the work and God wills for you to get that thing, you will get it. And like, you just never really think of the work that you put into it, to be honest, because the excitement will take place, because the excitement will take hold of your heart. It's just like a pregnant woman who gives birth and she never thinks of the 9 months she literally carried that child. So you get what I mean. One thing I also will say is internships are like 3-month placements. Here they can be 6 months for some people in STEM. I don't know how they do it, but for me it's 3 months. Hey, people of God, let me tell you this one. You know how people used to have that debate, should internship be paid, should internship not be paid? Please don't listen to those people. I belong to the school of thought that internship should be paid, because even if you say the person is just coming to learn, the person will also give value, right? So I think they deserve to be paid. So if you're an international student in the United States, apply for paid internship. If you apply for unpaid internship, it's yourself you're doing, because you have house rent to pay, you have bills to pay, and you're giving of yourself 100% and nobody's compensating you. I think that's wickedness. So do yourself the favor and apply for paid internship. Also, like some roles, they don't state it. I think what you can do is, like during the recruitment process, you can ask the recruiter, is this a paid or an unpaid internship? Let us all be guided. Let us finish what we have come to the room to start. You get it? Good. Also, thanks to COVID, and no thanks to COVID actually, but like now remote work is a thing. So if you're willing to like go for a remote internship, make sure that that's what you're searching for. If not, you can search for in-person jobs, in-person internships, where like you can work from there, from the office. And one thing I would say is, always make sure that you find out if they're going to pay for your flight fees or they're going to pay for your relocation fees, because too often, like I said, or I think I'll say in another video, or I've said in another video, I'm not sure, in this place, signing an apartment is not like Nigeria where you pay yearly. You pay monthly and you sign a lease. It's a lease, oh, you cannot break it. So either you like sublease to someone, and to officially sublease you still have to pay money. So just don't give yourself the stress. Get a company that will pay you relocation fees, so that when you relocate, at least you can pay for your rent in 2 places and you'll be good to go. Always make sure you find out that information, else that's yourself you'll be doing. Now, another thing I would say is to have a good CV. That's like one of the things that I think helped me in my summer internship, because like I said that I always like to tweak most of my CVs for the roles I was applying for. In fact, when I applied to Google, like Google actually like called me back and all that kind of thing. But like, hey, my CV was tailored to that role. Do you get? So what I'm trying to say is, make sure that your CV is tailored to the role. I'm going to put in the description box the link to like a very good site where you can check for CV templates and cover letter templates. There are 2 different sites. I'll put them in the description box. You can use those sites to craft your CV. And as an international student, please note that there is a format to like use when applying for internships and jobs in the United States. So I'm going to put the link in the description box. Make sure you use it. Okay. Now I always say that, yes, your CV is good and all that and everything fine, then you can give it a shot. One thing that I would say is, always know when to apply. There are timings, like when I came, I used to hear people just be saying, oh, if you want to like apply for a summer internship. Start applying the year before. And I thought that was a joke. I was like, who does that? But people of God, that is not a joke. When you want a summer internship, if a summer internship usually starts May into June, right? It is best to have started applying the year before, like in September, October, November. Start applying. There'll be like there'll be like lots of roles at the time that you can actually like start applying for. But if you wait till like March, April, May, that is risky. That is very risky. I don't want anybody to put themselves in that shoes. So make sure that you apply early, you know. And lastly, one thing I'll say is to always use job sites. I will talk about the story, but like one thing I realize is people are willing to help, but you just need to be straight to the point, succinct in your message. What do you want them to help you with? As if they're a recruiter, what do you want them to help you with? If they're the CEO, what do you want them to help you with? Like, just go straight to the point. Don't be doing hi, then wait for them to say hi. You know, don't do that. Don't do that. You're more than that. Don't do it. So now, straight to how I got my summer internship, because it's a very short story. That's why I gave you the back gist of the point that I think can help you before telling you the story. So I mentioned in one of my videos, somewhere here I'll put it, where I said that part of the things I learned in my first 6 months in the United States is the importance of people and talking to people. So I was introduced to a friend in this school, actually. Like, I was introduced to a friend here, and we got talking. We actually talk. We still do talk, actually. We still talk. And he's in computer science, but he's done an internship the year before, actually, in a tech firm in California. But he's my friend, and I never actually really just thought about anything. I mean, I was applying for my summer internship in peace, so I told him, I was like, oh, I'm applying for summer internships and everything. He was like, oh, how about you have a look at the company where I had my internship before? So I was like, oh, sure. So I checked the company, and lo and behold, they were hiring for the role that I'm actually like going to do this summer. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, I don't know how to use this particular software. There was a software that it was kind of important to know how to use. So I went on Udemy, and okay, no, I didn't go on Udemy to buy the courses first. I applied. You know me, I can be very frugal with my money and always like manage carefully. And I was like, okay, if they invite me for an interview, I will now go and like do something to learn how to use the software and pretty much know about this career path, because I don't really know anything about it. So when I did my CV and all that, and I applied for the role, lo and behold, I got an invite asking me for an interview. And they're like different processes. You first speak to the HR and all that kind of thing. So when I spoke to the HR, and the HR, I kind of sensed that she liked me. You know, I was like, oh, so she was like, oh, if you're gonna get into the next role, I will get back to you, you know, like you will get an email. So I was like, all right, no problem. Now I was indecisive. I was like, should I buy the course? Should I go and learn this thing? Should I not learn it like now, you know? Because I was, you know, the things, it's not easy. So I was like, okay, I'm going to actually pay for the course on Udemy. So I went on Udemy and I searched for like the how to use that software and the career path and all that. So I bought 3 courses, actually. 3! Oh my god! I bought 3 courses, or 3 actually. And then I don't really like watching videos for long, but because I really wanted to learn that thing, I sat down while I was watching the videos. And when I say I don't really like watching videos for long, don't get me wrong, like I love watching videos, but like not at once at a stretch. So I usually take breaks. That's why I don't really watch like series, like they don't excite me. So I bought the courses and I started to learn, and I was taking my time, but I was doing like in a speedy manner. So I was practicing also while I was learning, you know. And then I got an email like, oh, like, oh, happy to like push you to the next phase and da. I was like, thank God. Like I always say, you know, I always say to you guys that life is a risk. If you don't take risks, like you just never be able to. They're coming from someone who's very like careful taking risks. Please, I'm careful, like I don't really take risk, but I also take risk. So like go for it. So I just risked that money to buy those courses, and look at it, it worked. So I started the interview process. I interviewed with my hiring manager. It was fun. I love my hiring manager, you know. And then the next phase, I was given a task to do. And I said in one of my videos, I'll put it somewhere here again, where I said that you can, like, I realized that here they usually like to give tasks, I think just to test your knowledge or something. So I was given the task to do. I did the task and then I turned it in, and then I was invited for the next phase. Next phase was basically like having to speak to recruiters and everyone, basically like top people on the team, because I think there were 5 people on the panel, so it was like 5 panelists. Hey, I was so scared. I think there were 5 or how many, I can't remember. I was so scared, and then they were asking me questions left to right, behavioral questions, this, that, questions related to the internship, to the role too. And then like I was really glad I bought the courses I did, because I was able to actually like talk kind of from a place of someone who has done some research. And then I also talked about like why I wanted to intern at the company. You know, it was pretty cool. Questions left and right. I did presentation on my task. Asked me a couple of questions. It was tough, but it was good. And then after that internship, I was like, after that interview, I was like, okay, you hear back from the recruiter if you are selected. So I was like, all right, no problem, thank you. And so guys, that was it though. That was the interview process. And then here, I think most recruiters call you to tell you that they're getting the job before they send you the offer letters, because my organization is a very big organization. Like there are over 5,000 employees, actually, if I'm not exaggerating. They're a lot. So like the recruiter who hired me wasn't the one to send me the offer letter, right? The recruiter just told me, like when she called me, she's like, oh Yvonne, your hiring managers and everyone is excited about you, and they want to get you on the team and all that. I was like, yay! She's like, okay, don't worry, I'm just going to tell you how much you're going to be paid, tell you this, tell you that. She told me everything, and she's like, yeah, you're going to get a mail that will send you the offer letter. And so the mail was like from another person. In fact, that whole process, I got mails from like more than 3-4 people, different people, because the person who sent the mail, because I had to sign on a DocuSign, that's the chief talent officer or something. That is different from the person who I had to like reach out to for the next process. Like everything is just a lot of people, you know what I mean, because it's a big firm. So guys, that is how I got my summer internship, just like that. I don't want to talk about like my Google application and all that, because like, you know, I decided to take this one, and yes, I'm excited to do this one. It's a lot, but I'm so grateful to God. I actually, as I'm talking, I feel led to actually want to pray for someone or anyone who is trying to get a summer internship. I pray for you that the grace of God is upon your life, and that you find favor as you start your summer internship application, or even if you got a summer internship and as you resume, that I pray that the favor of God is upon your life, that you'll be favored by your hiring managers, you'll be favored by recruiters. I pray that it will not be difficult for you to get summer internships or jobs or whatever that you desire. I pray that God will lead you to the right people, because God is not just going to come down and be our helper. Like, he's going to use men, and I pray that God will lead you to the person that will give you a chance, at least give you the right information that will lead you to what you want, you know. I pray that God will order your steps, and that you will not be frustrated, and that you'll find favor. I think like that's a strong word in my heart. I pray that you find favor from both God and man, in the name of Jesus. Guys, yes, so yeah, that's it. That is just it. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. If you got to this point, I'm so excited, and I really appreciate you watching. If you have not subscribed, the question again is why. Please, 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 please tell me why. Anyways guys, thank you. Please do subscribe, share with your friends, reach out to me on Instagram. My follow button is in the description box. Reach out to me on Instagram if you have any questions. I am ever willing to help and to assist in ways that I can. As usual, with love from me to you. Kisses. See you in my next video. Bye.